Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a kind-hearted old man named Mr. James. He was known for his warm smile and his generous spirit. Mr. James had a big garden in front of his small, cosy house where he grew all sorts of colourful flowers. The village children loved to visit his garden and admire the beautiful blooms. One sunny morning, a little boy named Andy moved to the village with his family. He had never seen such a beautiful garden before. The vibrant flowers in Mr. James's garden amazed him. Every day, Andy would stand by the garden fence, gazing at the flowers with wonder. Mr. James noticed Andy's interest and decided to strike up a conversation. He walked over to the fence and said, "Hello there, young man. Do you like my garden?" Andy smiled and replied, "Yes, it's the most beautiful garden I've ever seen." Mr. James chuckled and said, "Well, I'm happy you like it. How about this? Since you're new to the village, I'll give you a small potted plant from my garden. You can take care of it and watch it grow." Andy's eyes lit up with joy as he accepted the potted plant. "Thank you, Mr. James. I promise to take good care of it." As the days passed, Andy took his potted plant home and diligently cared for it. He watered it, gave it plenty of sunshine, and talked to it, just like Mr. James had talked to his flowers. 1 year later, Andy's potted plant had grown into a beautiful blooming flower. He was so proud of how it had flourished under his care. Andy decided to return to Mr. James's house to show him the plant's progress. Mr. James was delighted to see the blooming flower and said, "You've done a wonderful job, Andy. I'm glad to see how well you've taken care of it." Andy beamed with pride and replied, "Thank you for giving me this plant, Mr. James. It's a reminder of your generosity, and it has taught me the joy of giving." From that day on, Andy and Mr. James became good friends. They would spend time together, tending to the garden and sharing stories. Andy learned that generosity wasn't just about giving things, but also about giving kindness, time, and love. The people in the village admired the friendship between the little boy and the old man. They saw how a small act of generosity from Mr. James had not only brightened Andy's life, but had also created a bond that would last a lifetime. And so, in that little village, the story of Mr. James and Andy taught everyone the true meaning of generosity and how even the simplest act of giving could make the world a more beautiful place.